Hi friends, I'm sure you have heard the term long COVID. It's been known for many months that people who are obese, who are overweight, they suffer a lot after a COVID infection. They would tend to have so many complications: ventilatory support, respiratory paralysis, respiratory insufficiency, pneumonia, and various complications related to the obesity itself, because it can cause respiratory failure, various sort of respiratory failure, respiratory compromise, tracheostomy, ventilation, bronchodilation, aspiration, and many complications. So it's been known that obesity is one of the dreaded feature or factor for worsening the condition of COVID. All right. So what are the various problems associated with obesity? You know that for a normal person, there is a body mass index. Weight and height in meter square is called BMI, or body mass index. Normally it should be between 18 and 25. This is the pattern. I will put you the formula. If it goes beyond 25 to 30, 25 to 30 is called overweight. Beyond 30 is a type 1 or a class 1 obesity, 35 to 40 is class 2, and beyond 40 is a class 3. Sometimes they may associate various illnesses, then you would call it as morbid obesity. The most important slogan is every calorie counts. If you take a calorie or a peanut or something, whatever you have taken in would result in an excessive weight. So don't discount all sort of having some snacks or some tea, coffee, juice and fruit juice and all. Everything adds to the total calorie count. Normally for a normal person, it would be the calorie intake should be between 1500 to 2500. Those who work hard in the fields and all, they would require around 3.5 kilocalorie per day. But for most of us, 2000 to 2500 calories is more than sufficient. If you imbibe more and more food, this will result in the accumulation of fat in the waist, in the abdomen, in the neck, as well as in different parts of the body, with resultant complications. The complications are innumerable. If you take cardiovascular complication, this will cause increased atherogenosis, high lipids, high triglycerides, cardiac illness, myocardial infarction, unstable angina. And if you take the liver, it's called the fatty liver, it will go to gallstones, various GI cancers, different types of cancers. Okay, then this will result in various neurological complications like stroke, obesity, obstructive sleep apnea, various neuropathies, carpal tunnel syndrome, meningeal parasitica, low backache, osteoarthritis, depression, and various psychosocial behavioral issues, depression and all. So and diabetes, of course, diabetes, metabolic syndrome, high triglyceride, high cholesterol, impaired glucose tolerance, hypertension. So many complications can span. It is said that obesity would take 10 years out of your life. The mortality or the death rate is twice compared to the normal population. Only in certain countries like Africa, some parts of Africa, people would be considered as beautiful if they are obese or if they are overweight. That's only one place. And maybe in the feudalistic times of the past, people would feel that, oh, these people are obese, naturally they must be very wealthy and things like that. I think that misconception is still there in some parts, or at least some parts of the village. A few years ago, when I reduced my weight to less than 70 kg, people would ask me, what happened to you? Do you have diabetes? Do you have some other disease, something like that? So it's quite astonishing to hear such comments. It means that if you have become lean or if you have become normal weight, people would think that you have some disease, you like diabetes or some other illnesses. So of course you should correct them that you should have a healthy, hearty life. You should reduce your weight to optimum levels. So as I mentioned, there can be various complications. It can be metabolic syndrome, diabetes, hypertension, dyslipidemia, heart attacks, stroke, various neuropathies, low backache, osteoarthritis, that is the degeneration of the spine, degeneration of the bones, osteoporosis, fractures, falls, various respiratory complications, various endocrine complications, various gynecological complications, PCOD, menstrual abnormality, infertility, lack of libido. Many complications can be due to the so-called obesity or overweight. So you would ask me what to do when you're obese, when you're overweight, what to do? The answer is quite simple. Reduce the calorie intake. As I mentioned, every calorie counts. A calorie intake took in would be a calorie which you have incorporated into your body. So reduce the calorie intake, keep your total intake below 2000 or maybe 1000 to 2000. If you have the habit of taking fast food, French fries, all sort of fried foods and everything, reduce that, or you have to stop it. Reduce the total carbohydrate intake. Don't go for the ketogenic diet and all sort of things, because this will cause more atherogenosis, more complication. So have a normal food, but reduce the intake of carbohydrate, intake of the fried item, intake of the sweetened drinks or juices and all. So you have to stop all those things. Do regular exercise, maybe 30 to 45 minutes every day. Even today I did exercise for 45 minutes. That means you should make this as a habit. Don't that is you have to add some habits. This should be part of your lifestyle. So do regular exercise, maybe walking, swimming, any type of exercise is as good as doing nothing. All right. So do exercise, the diet, and if there are any problems with your diet or something, you should adjust it. If there is some problem with your endocrine system like hypothyroidism or problem in the pituitary or other hormone system, you should look into that. Similarly, there are various psychiatric comorbidities like depression, various psychotropic medication which would cause more weight gain. So probably you may have to add or subtract something or change the diet or lifestyle is very essential. So similarly, there are people who have some genetic cause, but those are extremely rare, like Prader-Willi syndrome and other various syndromes or chromosomal anomalies. So always look at these rare things, the genetics, the comorbid depression, as well as hypothyroidism, various endocrine factors, and what are the factors which have already happened, like problem the heart, lungs, kidney, liver and all, malignancy and all. You should check for all these things, whether there is any underlying pathology, underlying malignancy. So try to consult a doctor in the concerned department and try to see whether there is any complication related to obesity has already occurred. Okay, then there are various the medications are of not use now because of the various complication to reduce your weight and all, but the most important thing is reduce your calorie intake and exercise. Then if you quit smoking, there is a high chance that you can put on weight. So if you stop, of course you should stop smoking, but in the process you may gain weight. So you have to contain your calorie intake. All right, you have to restrict your calorie intake. Then there are various operations are available. You have bariatric surgeries there, intragastric balloon, and various different types of surgeries are there, which should be under the purview of the gastrointestinal surgeon. It's also available across the globe. It's in various parts of in our hospital. Any hospital is available. So you can resort to this as a last measure. So my idea is to tell you that obesity is a quite common condition. Various complications can occur. It would take around 10 years from your life expectancy. The chance of death is twice compared to the normal population, and obesity is itself a disease. It is not a condition. So you should think that if you are obese, think that you are having another additional medical disease. So stop it, reduce it, and try to do all sort of maneuvers or you manage yourself to be more healthy, more hearty, so that you can contribute to yourself, to your family, to the society and country at large. Okay, thank you very much. Bye.